Time now 6:43 and time to help you wake up and save here on Wake Up Central. This morning we are tackling a problem that a lot of Arkansans are dealing with. Last year, many people were able to put their stimulus checks toward paying down debt, which was great. But still, it probably wasn't enough to eliminate it completely. So all new this morning, what you can do to continue your journey to financial freedom. Digging your way out of debt can feel like a massive undertaking, or sometimes like you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole that you keep sinking into. But for many Americans, last year was a blessing financially, letting them throw thousands of dollars at their credit card debt. The 3 COVID relief packages added extra cash flow, putting $3,200 in direct payments in the pockets of the average Arkansan. According to Wallet Hub, Americans paid off a record $82.9 billion in debt in 2020. But even with record debt payoff, the average American household still owes $8,000 on their credit cards.
Credit card balances dropped last year, which is really almost unheard of in the U.S.
Overall, consumers are doing pretty well, but with no more stimulus checks on the horizon, we're on our own. Experts recommend 2 ways to keep chipping away at your personal financial debt. One is the debt Snowball, and the other is the debt Avalanche. For both plans, you'll want to grab a pencil and paper and create 2 columns. For each line item of debt, write down what the interest rate is on one side, and on the other, write the total amount still owed.
Depending on the type of loan that you have, from like 2.5% all the way up to like 25 or 30%.
For the debt Snowball, you pay down the smallest total balance first. The psychology here is that once you pay off one debt item, you gain the confidence to move to that next item and pay it off. For the debt Avalanche, take a look at the interest rate percentages, and you're going to pay off the highest percentage first. By doing that, it accelerates your debt payoff from a math standpoint. The debt Avalanche is a better choice to getting out of debt faster if you can make it happen. But for many people, to keep peace of mind, the Snowball is the better plan. The idea is to get in the rhythm of paying off your debt. Next, you want to create a safety net or an emergency fund. The average cost of an emergency in the U.S. is $1,400.
Other financial experts are going to say you need to have 3 months or 6 months or 8 months of an emergency fund, which are good ideas. But I think it's more important to kind of create these stair steps.
If all this information is giving you anxiety, you're not alone. Right now, the average American carries $90,000 in debt. But there are specialists to help you make a plan and to manage it. And we're not just talking about banks and financial services anymore. They're on social media and podcasts.
There are so many daily things that we do that have money associated with them. Don't even call it money, call it life. All the things that we have to do in life have some sort of financial decision associated with it, but it doesn't need to be overly complicated.
The bottom line is this: you can't climb your way out of your personal debt without figuring out where you're starting from. A final tip here: realize that you are going to make mistakes. We all do. And when it comes to paying off your debt, it's okay. Experts say it doesn't mean that you're bad with money. It just means you need a little help. And always research a plan before you start one. I think this is all good advice. I think, for my husband and I, one of our biggest goals after we got married was we want to get rid of any debt that we have, any extra student loans, blah, blah, blah. And we did. And now we feel free. So, everybody has their own journey and everybody has their own things that they have to do. So just take care of yourself.
It's a good feeling. And yeah, everyone makes mistakes. Absolutely.